Blog Talk Radio.
The purple angel, oh purple angel, you're next to me. Purple angel, oh purple angel, you're next to me. You're next to me.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to Alzheimer Speaks Radio. I'm your host, Lori LeBay, and founder of Alzheimer Speaks. For those of you that are new to the show, we are an advocacy-based company providing multiple platforms to shift our dementia care culture from crisis to comfort around the world. And we're located in Minnesota, but we will go anywhere for this cause. We believe by joining forces and sharing knowledge and just having these everyday conversations like we're going to have today about life with dementia, that we're going to be able to remove the stigmas that are attached to memory loss. And in doing so, we're going to be able to help people live with this disease and feel purposeful and connected. Together, I truly believe that we can help everyone understand the true needs of this disease and move forward in a brilliant light. At our core, we believe collaboration is the key to win this battle. And I know that concept is working because we were honored to be recognized as the #1 influencer online regarding Alzheimer's by ShareCare and Dr. Oz, and that would not have had happened without all of you taking just those few seconds to like our radio show, like our website, share our blog, follow us on Twitter and LinkedIn and all our other platforms. So if you have a chance while you're listening, just go to all of our other sites. If you haven't liked the radio show, I would appreciate you doing that. And again, share with your friends, your colleagues, your circles, your tribes, whatever you want to call them, because you never know who you know might be dealing with this disease next. We invite you all to go ahead and join the conversation, and you can call in and join us by calling in at 714-36, again, that's 714-364-4757. Our chat box does not seem to be working today. Apparently Blog Talk is having some issues, so they are working on that. I will continue to try to access that. But you can always shoot me an email as well at Lori, Lori, at alzheimerspeaks.com if there's a comment or question that you would like me to know about. Before I introduce our fabulous first guest, I always like to give a shout-out to a few organizations that I think are really important that people connect to if they have not already. The first is Alzheimer's Disease International. They are the organization of all the Alzheimer's associations around the world, and they just do a wonderful job on a global level, really disseminating information. In fact, Executive Director Mark Wortman was just on with us not too long ago talking about a new study that was just launched in September, and the results were really about preventing your risk for this disease. And so it's available for free download online, so I suggest that you take a peek at that. Healthstar Home Health is just a fabulous organization with dear heart and desire to improve dementia care, and they have just taken great strides in terms of training their staff, and the outreach that they are doing to the public is absolutely exceptional. And so I just want everyone to know about Healthstar Home Health. They're located primarily here in Minnesota, but they do have some other locations as well. So you can always check them out and look into their Alzheimer's Whisperer program that they've been certified in, because it really does do give some additional training not only to their staff, but they share that with all their families. And then the Alzheimer's Research and Prevention Foundation is just a fabulous organization, been around for many, many years. And, they really come at the disease from a holistic approach. So if you're not one for medications, but you want to change your lifestyle, maybe through diet, exercise, medication, you're going to get a lot of great tools through them. And then many people are dealing with specific types of dementia because there's close to 100. We're really not quite sure how many. I've heard from 70 to 130 out there. But the Lewy Body Association, the Frontal Temporal Lobe Association, and then the National Aphasia Association are all, and I would highly encourage you to check those out because they're dealing with different symptoms, and it's important for you to understand the specifics of what it is you're dealing with. Finally, today I do want to mention that Alzheimer's Music Connect has launched a brand new CD for the holidays, and it's called Memories, the Songs and Spirits of Christmas by Vanessa, and she is just this young gal who has a spectacular voice. And Alzheimer's Music Connect really has some great technology that helps people with dementia, and it also, I believe, helps those who care for them. And so if you go to our website, alzheimersspeaks.com, I have them front and center on the very first page. The music is just absolutely fictional, and you're going to enjoy it. They also, when you click on it, you'll be able to listen to a few sample songs. I'm out of the office right now, and so I'm just in the process of downloading those samples. So in future shows, we'll be playing little snapshots of those so that you can hear how beautiful this CD is. It'll make a fabulous gift, really for anybody, but especially those with dementia. And then, of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the Purple Angel Project, which is the new global symbol for dementia. I really would love everybody to start sporting this symbol. So it's as well known as the pink ribbon for breast cancer. And you can go to our About page on AlzheimerSpeaks.com and just click on the Purple Angel tab and find out more information on how you can download those symbols and what you have to do in order to be able to do that. It's going to cost you no money, and it really isn't going to take much time, but you can put this on your Facebook page and your emails. You can put it on your marketing materials for business. It's really endless on how you can make minor changes and have a significant impact on the world and their knowledge about dementia. And then if you're also looking for maybe gift ideas for, I know the holidays seems like a long way off, but, they're starting to pull the stuff out on the shelves already. So Puzzle With Me and Jiminy Wicket are both great ways to engage people. Puzzle With Me is pretty self-explanatory with puzzles, and then Jiminy Wicket is an adaptive croquet game that, again, is just fabulous. And young and old, they can do it. Somebody can be in a wheelchair, but Jim Creasy really has done a fabulous job with that. So let me go ahead and introduce our guest today. I'm very excited to have her with us. Today we are honored to have Anne-Marie Hansen, who is the president and founder of Gianna Homes, which is a residential care home for Alzheimer's and other memory loss patients. And she has been in business since 1999, and prior to this, she was the director of other metro area care facilities, and she's got extensive background in home care services. She is really strong when it comes to aging adult care and palliative dementia. And then she also has business administration studies through St. Thomas University here in Minnesota, which is actually a fabulous school. And she has been presented with opportunities to consult across the country for models of care similar to what she has designed. She is really dedicated to making a contribution in the memory loss field and in senior care. And she is she's definitely making some waves and doing some really cool things. She is on several nonprofit boards and is a lifelong volunteer. Her spirit is pretty much incredible, I guess is the way to put it. Anne-Marie is one of those people that just has a sparkle in her eye, and she is, her presence just changes everything in a room when she walks in. You can tell she's got a great soul and a great character, and one that has this entrepreneurial spirit to just make the world better. So I'm honored to have you with us today. How are you doing, Anne-Marie?
Doing great. It's just been fun to listen to you and all the different connections and wonderful things you do, Lori. I'm just honored to be a part of your show today.
Oh, well, thank you. One I didn't mention, but I'll talk about a little bit later on. I'm out in Pennsylvania right now, and I was just at a conference for the Phoebe Institute, Phoebe Ministries yesterday. And what a fabulous organization that is out in Pennsylvania. And they basically dedicated the whole day on dementia and had just wonderful speakers and breakout sessions, and it was really marvelous to be part of that. So it's exciting to see all the things that are bubbling up all around, the country and around the world, and to be able to share that with people. And so, with your organization, people ask all the time, about, where do I place somebody and how do I know and what are the differences? And so I thought it would be really good to have you on to talk about, what exactly do you do at Gianna Homes that's different, and why is that important?
Well, I think the biggest difference is our staffing ratio, where our staffing ratio is 1 to 3, but where we really look at providing that's the social and relational side to memory care, along with all the medical component and so forth. But with a lot of the staff being really present to our residents, we found they have fewer behaviors, and then the environment is really a residential home, so it's non-institutional. So we also see that as a very much supporting our residents in feeling more normal, living in a home, having the staff there to support them, but also having programming and music and art therapy and so forth that really helps them to feel more normal and thrive in a different way with this disease. So that's kind of our focus or our approach, coming at it more from what the resident can still do instead of what those losses that we know they have with memory loss, but really focusing more on what can you still do? How can we build on that to make their life as beautiful as possible? I tell my staff when they walk in for their shift, the one thing on their mind should be, how can I make my resident's day the best day possible? And I think that maybe captures it in a nutshell.
Oh, that is wonderful. Now, I know annually you do a fundraiser. Can you tell people, why would a care home need to do fundraising?
Well, as we know, long-term care can get pretty expensive, and sometimes their loved one can live longer than they think with the disease or what their financial ability may be as well. And so what we have seen happen with some of our residents over the years is that their ability to pay for their care can change if they're looking at many years of caregiving. So I had this happen with one of our first residents many years ago. He got much better and did really well in this type of environment. So they just financially weren't able to continue to pay privately to pay for him. And so it was like, well, what do we do? Do we send him away from his home? We know where people know him, the staff know him, where he feels comfortable. And we know how traumatic it is for somebody with memory loss to transition from environment to environment. So I really thought deeply about that and decided that, no, we're not going to send him away. We're going to find a way to raise the funds to keep him here in this home. And so we are a nonprofit, and we raise money primarily to help residents and provide financial assistance to those who do not have the ability to pay for their care anymore. And so that's really why we do a fundraiser. And part of that is around, too, because we staff so highly, we won't compromise on that. That's the unique part of our programming. And we have a full-time music therapist, program director, and very robust activities. We also need to fundraise to keep that programming in place as well. So we do a fundraiser every year. It's a big endeavor, but we are committed to supporting our residents in whatever way we can.
Okay. Now, I was lucky enough to meet your music therapist, Claire, and she's absolutely just a bright spirit as well. You were really lucky in finding her. She just really connects so wonderfully, and she just gets it. She just gets the importance of it, and it's too bad she wasn't able to make it with us today, because it would have been fun to highlight her spirit as well, and what she does and why she does it. Why don't you talk a little bit about the upcoming fundraiser, Come Dance With Me? Why did you choose that theme? And let's start with that. Why that theme?
So we kind of chose to Come Dance With Us. It comes from a Frank Sinatra song, and we kind of changed it up because, we really, one of our tagline is celebrating moments that touch our lives. And dance and music, especially in the generation we're still serving primarily, we do have young onset as well, but primarily the population we're still serving, this was music from their generation, their time. It's great music. And life is a dance in many ways, and especially with somebody with memory loss. You have to change moment by moment. It's kind of like doing this dance with them and helping them to experience life in a beautiful way, even with this disease. And so it's our way of honoring them, honoring that. We always try to come up with some unique theme around music or art, and because that's a big part of our programming and the essence of who we are. And I think it's something that's kind of fun. Who doesn't love to dance and get out for an evening and enjoy that? And so every year, Claire really works hard to connect our residents and the theme of dancing, and this year the music of Frank Sinatra with our residents. So she has put together a DVD with residents sharing their experience with music. They're dressed up, talking about different songs, or they're singing some songs with her from Frank Sinatra that they liked, and it's actually amazing what she can get them to do, and how much fun they're having with this theme as well here within the homes. So.
Oh, very fun. Now, when is the event going to be, and who would you like to have come attend?
Well, the event is coming up. It's Friday, November 7th, and it's at the Metropolitan Ballroom in Minneapolis, right off of 394. And we're looking to have people attend who maybe have a loved one with this disease, or maybe their loved one has passed on and they want to support other families and residents in their journey, and help keep them in the home and environments that's theirs. And looking for families we've served. We have a lot of friends and donors that have been supporting us for many years, so we see them come out to support us at an event like this. And I think anybody who kind of works within the long-term memory care community can kind of understand the need to financially help out many families as well. We're seeing that it just is expensive to provide care, so finding another solution for them. So.
Okay, and I would imagine if someone was just interested in wanting to donate and begin to connect to this to your organization and to a cause, would you be open for them coming to the events as well?
Oh, for sure. And the thing is, they're going to have a fun time. We have the Sevilles there. The band is going to be amazing. Of course, you, Lori, are our MC, and we're delighted to have you. You're amazing and so much fun to have involved as well. And, D'Amica was catering, so it'll be a fun, beautiful evening just to get out and do something, too, if you're looking for a date night or something like that. So, yeah.
Great. And you've got the Fred Astaire Dance Studio coming out, too, is that correct?
Yes, we have ballroom dancers coming, and who doesn't enjoy watching ballroom dancers? So we'll have a couple different presentations from some couples in the area who dance professionally. So I am looking forward to that as well. I just think it's so beautiful to watch that. So,
Now, you do a little ballroom dancing yourself, don't you?
I have, yes. I have done competitive ballroom dancing, and love it. I miss it. I'm not doing it right now, but it was something I just enjoyed and just felt so alive when I was doing it. It's a lot of hard work, more than I ever imagined. So, but truly enjoyed it. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, very fun. I have a few friends who do it. I have not done that. I don't think I'm talented enough to do that. But it's so. I mean, it just lightens your spirit to watch people just swoop around on the dance floor and things. So it'll kind of be dancing with the stars locally. people can check
I love
out
that.
and get that.
Yes,
get that
yes, and I have some. Yes, I have some of my friends who do ballroom dancing who will be attending. So it'll be fun. And if you don't ballroom dance, they're willing to dance with you and give you the experience. So it'll be an opportunity to dance with a professional. So why not do that, right? It's maybe somebody's, I'd love to do that someday, and here's a chance to do that. So.
Mm-hmm. So with the Seville playing, will there be a dance floor for people to be able to get up and dance, or is it just going to be for the professionals for us to watch as entertainment?
No, you get to get up and dance and enjoy the music. There will be opportunity for that, of course, yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, what a fun evening for people. You got to come on out and join this great cause. It will be a lot of fun. The Sevilles are absolutely fantastic, and to learn more about Gianna Homes, you guys are just doing exceptional work. I was so impressed going out to your home. I mean, what a beautiful neighborhood and home, and you can just see the peacefulness on the faces of people, the way they're treated by staff. They're so respectful and so dignified, and really a very, very lovely, lovely concept. Now, you just opened a second home, correct?
Yes, we did. We opened a home in Plymouth earlier this year, and that home is named Gladys's Place because we had one of the families that we took care of, his wife, Gladys, they wanted to provide an opportunity of this model of care for other families. And so they helped us open the second home in Plymouth, and it has been fantastic. It's a very different setting, but it's the same kind of care. And we are just having fun with that and growing into a new location this year. And it's an honor to be able to do this and provide a place and a space for families and their loved ones to journey together with us with this disease. So, yeah, it's exciting. It's a lot of fun. I'm not sure. I have to have you come over and visit that place too, Lori, when you have a moment. So.
Yeah, I would love to when I get back in town. I'm still in Pennsylvania here for through the 24th because I have two more conferences I'm speaking at and stuff. But then afterwards, I would love to come out and be able to see that one. Now, how I first got to know you, and I don't even know if you know this, but was really that grabbed my attention was an article in the paper, what was it, a year or 2 years ago, about the kitchen that you needed originally in your home. And and I was so angry at the city. I was so frustrated with the press you were getting. Because, some of the comments of people saying you're taking residents for a walk, and it's like, it's not like drive-by shootings, you're
I
lovingly taking somebody for a walk in a neighborhood, and some of the response you were getting, the pushback, and it was fabulous to see the support come out in droves, for your home and for the concept and for people to be able to have a dignified, safe, comfortable life. And if I remember correctly, the article was saying that you needed to upgrade your kitchen because of the number of people living in the home. And I believe that was part of what some of your funding was going for, too. Is that correct, to make improvements? to the home as needed?
Yes, exactly. And so we are through that, and we have our commercial kitchen in, and it was through some major donors that we were able to get that done. And yes, so part of our funding goes towards that capital campaign, building renovations or updates that need to happen. Last year we had a donor come forward and helped with a generator for the home. This year we're looking at we need some gardens, kind of some reworking with some water drainage and different things like that. So there's always those capital improvements that we're raising funds for as well, for sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
Are you ever looking for, everyone's always looking for money, but are you looking at all, or do you have a need for volunteers or someone, maybe there was a landscaper out there that's listening that's willing to donate time and materials or something? Is that something that you would consider as well?
Oh, absolutely. We would definitely consider, kind of bartering or, somebody just, contributing their services if they have that skill set would be fantastic. Volunteers, we love volunteers, and that is a big part of our programming here, actually. We have, I think it's right around 60-some volunteers between both of our locations that we have come on a regular basis who provide so much for our residents. And so definitely we do have a need for volunteers all the time and just to come and help during mealtime to help feed residents sometimes, taking them on walks in the neighborhood, just befriending them. We have a really neat program where we have families befriend residents, and just especially if they don't have any family in town, and that has been just a fantastic program here for many years, and it's really neat to see how the residents just love that when they bring in their children or their pets or whatever it might be, and just really spend time with them on a Sunday afternoon or whatever works for them, and that it just becomes a really neat relationship. So we love volunteers. We have teenagers who come and help with art and crafts or come and play their musical instrument, or they may do other volunteer projects that we have here at the home. And so it's really neat to see that relationship develop and to have the different flow of talent and people come into the homes. It just really enhances the residents' life, and the families love it too. So it's kind of a neat relationship that develops.
Oh, that's nice. Now, I don't think we mentioned how big are your homes? What size are they?
As far as how many residents, or
number of residents, not square footage.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, okay, all right. I didn't think so, but I thought I'd better ask just to be sure. So our Minnetonka location, our first location, which we opened here in 1999, so we've been around a while. We take 10 residents at this location, and then our Plymouth location is for 6 residents. So very intimate, very personalized care, and it keeps us busy for sure. So, yeah.
Well, that is wonderful. So, with that number of residents and you said about 60 volunteers, people might think, oh, that's a lot. But, I would imagine volunteers come and go, and they might not come every week and work within their schedules and things.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Again, people listening, know that that's a great opportunity. And if you're not in Minnesota where they're located, there are plenty of places that would most likely love to have you come and volunteer and spend some time with people. It's such a gift to be able to give, and you receive so much back, by just taking the time. And, you said kind of befriending them, and there actually is a program called Befrienders. And what some of them do in this particular program is they actually do it by phone. And I know some dementia patients, depending on where they're at, in the process, that phone can be kind of difficult. But sometimes people use, web cameras and kind of a Skype or FaceTime platform. When they can see your face, it makes it a little bit easier. But again, it will all depend on the stage, of the individual. What kind of stage is someone in your home? Is there a set kind of time frame that somebody can stay with you, or when it's appropriate?
We take everything, Lori, from young onset, so people in their 50s, all the way through the later stages. And we do provide hospice care as well. So most families look at when they move in with us that this is their final home, a final place that they need to be. So we take care of some people with some pretty significant behavioral issues. We're kind of known for that. People with significant behaviors tend to do very well in this environment and with the staffing ratio. And we take all different kinds of diagnoses of memory loss, so everything from rare brain disease to Alzheimer's to frontotemporal dementia, Lewy body, and we take them all the way through the journey to the end. So, and so our residents are in all different stages. And that's because it's a progressive disease. So you're seeing somebody can move in. We see most people admitting more towards mid to late stages now. Earlier, many years ago, it used to be much earlier, but now we know with the medications we have, adult day programs, home care, and things like that, they can stay home longer, which is beautiful. So most people are looking at a setting like ours when they really need that 24-hour supervision and more care, and so that would be kind of where we come in then as a place, an option for a place for somebody. So, and so we've done 2 feedings. We do sliding scale insulin because we have a really strong, robust RN team here, and then we have a doctor and nurse practitioner team too that come right to the homes, so they can get that really proactive, hands-on medical care as well, which is beautiful. So it really eliminates ER visits and a lot of those things, minimalizes those quite a bit, which is really a great program we have here in Minnesota. So.
Well, and it's wonderful on multiple levels. One, it can be from a cost, but from a comfort, and then I think the third is, so many times those hospitalizations or incidents, really kind of kick the progression of the disease. And anyways, that's what I have seen. And up a notch, or down a notch, whichever way you want to look at it there.
So true.
And and if somebody can stay stable in their own home versus having to go forward on that, it's big difference in terms of quality of life, which is so critical.
Very true.
Go ahead.
You speak. Yeah, you definitely speak right to a major issue or concern, and that trauma of that move, and minimalizing that for individuals as much as you can. I wanted to mention, you had said earlier about volunteers, even in your area, going into maybe a local memory care center or assisted living and, volunteering your time. We have an amazing family here. Her father had Alzheimer's, but he lived in a different state. And she said, I'm not there to take care of him. I'm not there to spend time. Other people are doing that down there. So she and her family are our top volunteers here. They have been coming for many years. And she does it because she said, people are doing this for my dad in a different state. I can't be there, but I'm going to do it for people in my area. And so just kind of going back to what you said, this family has been amazing. And then her dad has passed away now, but they still continue to be here. They're supportive. They attend every memorial service. I just look at her and I'm like, you are amazing. The kids come. She pulls them out of school and says, you're going to come with us to that, because they really see him as family. And they just really can. And they're volunteers. And I just look at her and I say, I'm amazed. You are beautiful. So here, this individual has made a major difference in the lives of our residents, and it's not like but it's from that purpose for her is why she does it. So,
well, and how cool is that? Because everybody needs family, and if you're not close to yours, or someone else isn't, doesn't have any or doesn't have anyone close, we can make our own family. We can create that. And that's just such a beautiful thing to have that choice and that power to connect. And I think it's really something that's very overlooked and not understood, because people are moving too dang fast, in my opinion, in today's world. And I was one of them, but I've just learned to slow down and really appreciate those around me. And I don't know, maybe I'm just getting older and I just want to give back more, realizing life has gone so fast, and pretty soon it's going to be over. And
that's
what
so
have you
true.
accomplished? And so you have to really look at, what am I doing here? What is my purpose? How can I make the world a better place? And volunteering is a wonderful way to be able to do that. And there's so many different ways to do it. I mean, you can volunteer your time. You can volunteer your skill sets. Because it might be that you're really good at promotions or networking, and it's amazing what organizations need. Maybe it's that one-on-one contact. Maybe you're just too busy, but you have funds, So don't underestimate what it is you have to offer as an individual, because whatever any of us has can be shared if we're willing to share it.
Beautifully said. Yes, beautifully said, Lori.
Yeah. So, if we have any listeners out there that have any questions, we'd absolutely love to talk to you. And feel free to go ahead and call in at 714-364-4757. Again, that's 714-364-4757. We are here talking with Anne Marie Hansen of Gianna Homes in Minnesota, who has basically a specialty care, kind of small group home setting for people diagnosed with Alzheimer's and other related diseases. And they just do a absolutely fabulous job. You'll have to check out their website. You'll kind of feel that sense of comfort from the moment you click on it. And, if you'd like to participate in their upcoming annual fundraiser called Come Dance With Me, which will be held on November 7th, you'll be able to access that from their webpage as well. Now, you're also going to be doing a silent auction, or is it going to be it's going to be a live auction. I take that back. It's a live auction with Sullivan Auctioneers.
Yes, we are. We're having a live auction. Every year we do some kind of auction. Last year we auctioned resident art. We do kind of a nematherapy here that is a beautiful therapy for people with memory loss or other kind of brain injury type of things. And so we last year we framed that, and that was auctioned off. It was so much fun. So this year we're actually doing the typical live auction. We have different items that the board of directors has kind of put together to help us raise money this year. So that'd be kind of fun as well. So we have some trips, some condos, airfare kind of things. We have a kind of a dinner, beer tasting kind of extravaganza that sounds really fun from one of our board members. So it'll be kind of a fun experience.
Okay. And now that would be something if any listeners are interested in, if they want to donate something to the auction, they could reach out to you as well. And, there's so many different types of things for a live auction. It's almost endless. Now, for the auction, is there a way, because I know typically with a live auction, people don't always do this, but I'll ask anyways, just in case. Are you going to post items on the web for people to be able to go ahead and bid on it all, or is it just going to be, you've got to be present in order to bid?
We're so small, so you do have to be present to bid. Someday maybe we'll get to the point of doing kind of online before the event kind of, auction online thing, but we don't have that capability quite at this point.
Okay.
But great question.
I didn't know if you had a section on the website or were thinking about doing that just to highlight so that people knew ahead of time how much money they might want to bring with them.
Oh, that's great. I love it, Laurie. We have not done that, but you bring up a good point. I'll run it by our committee and see what if we can make that happen. That would be a great thing for us to do, to kind of pre-advertise. So,
well, and it might give people who are coming an idea of, well, you know what, I could something like that. I could donate too. So it might help expand that, because that could be, you could put that out on social media and you could tweet that and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm just always, my mind's spinning all the time.
You're good at that.
Trying to, get things connected and stuff. So if people want to come, they can register, and I believe tickets are $125. For an individual, or they could always host a table, which would be absolutely fabulous. And
yes.
I believe the tables are like $12.50. And then you're
Right.
also looking for some sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yes, we are. We have 2 sponsorship levels, the Heritage sponsor at $2,500, and then we also have a Legacy sponsor opportunity at $3,000. So, and those have different kind of perks or things attached to them as well, which we have listed out on our website.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm looking at the website here. So with the Heritage sponsor, you'd get a table of 10 in preferred seating. And you'd also get your name and logo printed in the program, and then the company name and logo would be prominently displayed throughout the evening. And then for a Legacy sponsor, which is only $500 more at $3,000, you get that that VIP seating with a table of 10, your name and logo printed on the program, your company name and logo, and link to your website on your website, Gianna Homes. And then you get a formal acknowledgement and logo placement in your newsletter. And then the company name and logo would prominently be displayed throughout the evening. So, again, a couple of wonderful opportunities to go ahead and expand, your branding in a community with a really strong backbone of an event like this. And plus, it's going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to being part of it. Come dance with me, celebrating moments that touch our lives. And I think there'll be a lot of lives touched that evening and a lot of moments being born during the event that'll, be lifelong ones, which is, what you guys are all about, really creating those moments, those precious things. And it can just be seconds sometimes that you just never, ever forget. And so it's not about the length. It's not about, beating the last one out. It's just about appreciating the preciousness of life itself, seeing that sparkle in somebody's eye or hearing that jiggle, I know that's what makes me move forward. And I think that's kind of what motivates you, too. Am I correct in that, Anne-Marie?
It really is. It is, like you said, sometimes it's just brief seconds of a connectivity or that you see maybe they acknowledge or sense who you are, or you could share a moment where, you're laughing together or sharing music together. You see them happy and content. They're at peace. It's just, there's just different little moments. Or sometimes it's a tear of recognition or, they're where it's like, something's going on with me, and you can be present to helping them kind of get through that. So it is. It's just those moments of with this disease when we can just really touch their life and make them feel needed and loved and wanted and valued. I think sometimes that depression or there's nothing left that I can give can be a part of this disease, especially in the earlier stages, and just to let them know that you're journeying with them. It's okay. And there's just so many moments like that, and we get the honored place really of being really close to them in the last days, months, years of their lives, and we catch all those little things. But at the same token, we're helping them adjust to their losses. So that is an honored place to be. So and I know it's not for everybody, but when you can see that.
Yeah, I so agree with that whole honor. I mean, at the conference I spoke at yesterday, I was talking kind of about the memory cafes and, how to create them. But, my biggest message was this is going to be one of the biggest honors you'll have in your life.
It changes you.
Yeah, just to be present to those, and to be able to help somebody at a level that the connection is so strong and no words even have to be said. You just know it's the right thing. And it's just that's something no one can ever take from you. So it's important to volunteer and to work for the greater good because you know what? None of us never know we could be the next one in need.
Oh, so true. That is so true, Lori. And, with this disease, more and more it's impacting more families, more communities, coworkers. They're just, sadly, I don't think we ever imagined, 20 years ago, the impact this disease would have and how many people would be diagnosed with it. And then also, the younger onset, the impact that has on a family and children and communities and so forth. It's just we're all going to be touched by it in some way. And then, as a community, how do we make a difference? How do we provide care for those in need and with really, really significant need to be protected and kept safe and then cared for through those last days?
Yeah, it's critical work that you're doing, and like I said, for anybody who's out there who wants to take time to go to this event, or I would imagine if somebody can't make it in their schedule and has a conflict, you'd be more than glad to take a donation, or if somebody wants to, again, submit something for the silent auction, please don't hesitate, or maybe you want to volunteer. So many opportunities out there, and again, if you're not in Minnesota, there are lots of organizations that would love for you to be able to participate with too, if you're looking for volunteer opportunities and so forth. Anne-Marie, anything that we haven't covered that we need to let people know about?
No, I think we've covered everything other than the website. If you're unable to attend and want to donate, you can donate through our website. We have a link there that you can go through and do it that way. You also can definitely give us a call if you have any questions or and so forth. And I believe you have that on your website as well, Lori, so people can kind of click through to that. But I think we've covered the different aspects of the event and what our organization does. So thank you so much.
Oh, good. So that website, if you're interested, is www.gianna and then Homes HOMES.org. And then the phone number is 952-988-0953. Again, that's 952-988-0953. One last thing I would love you to share, because I think it's kind of a beautiful story, is how did you come up with the name for Gianna Homes?
Oh, thank you for asking. It was years ago I had read the story about Dr. Gianna Molla. She was an Italian physician, and she died in 1962, but she was just a huge inspiration to me about, kind of this Renaissance women. Women we're expected to be all and everything, right? And so I just was very inspired by her life and who she had been. And then she really was so generous in providing care to those in need or those who couldn't afford it, and just her energy and positivity and caring spirit really impacted a whole community and in her day. And so I got to know her daughter, Dr. Gianna Emanuela, who is a physician, and she lives and works in Milan, Italy. And her main focus has been geriatrics with a specialty in Alzheimer's disease. And so we got connected years ago, and her and I both believe in the same model of care, that gentle care, more of that supportive kind of care for people with memory loss. And so she is very instrumental in Italy in starting this more social model of care in an environment where it's just very much nursing homes. And so I had the opportunity to visit her and talk with her in 2004 and see that facility, and it's been recognized by the Italian government on many occasions. And now it also has attached to it an Alzheimer's research facility, which has done some amazing work in research. So that was kind of my reasons, like, okay, I want to name it after her, and just allow her to be that inspiration in our day-to-day life and what we do here for our residents and their families.
Oh, very neat. So this whole time I've been saying the name wrong, and you didn't correct me. So I am so embarrassed.
No, it's said so many ways. Gianna, if you're in Italy, it's Gianna, and and in the States it gets pronounced so many different ways, but it's okay. It's one that's not familiar. So although you're seeing the name Gianna for children much more now, it's been interesting to me how it's kind of caught on here in the United States for some reason. So, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, good. Well, I will correct myself and not say it wrong again. I promise. Gianna Homes.
Yeah, that's okay.
And again, still same website, which is GIANNA and then homes.org. Again, 952-988-0953. Again, 952-988-0953. Again, Anne-Marie, thank you so much for taking time to be with us and share your wonderful work, that you're doing. It's just absolutely fabulous, and I'm really looking forward to November 7th, your fundraising event, Come Dance with Us, celebrating moments that touch our lives. And it's going to be a wonderful, fun evening, and I'm hoping that we have a filled room and raise lots of money so that your work can continue, because it's so important. It's such a beautiful mission that you're on. So I can't thank you enough for all that you and your staff both do in making life better for those with dementia. I really appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Lori, and same to you. You do amazing work, and we are honored to have you participating in the evening and for this opportunity to be with you today. Thank you so much. It has been a delight, and you are just an amazing individual, and I really respect you tremendously. So thanks for your work. It's so much needed.
Well, good. Well, we will talk soon, and we'll be spreading the word about the event and both your homes. Again, beautiful setting for any family who is struggling with dementia. If you're in the Minnesota area, I would definitely check out Gianna Homes. You'll feel at home the second you walk in the door. You really will. It's quite beautiful. So, again, thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of the week. Well, I guess the weekend. It's Friday. I'm all mixed up with traveling.
So, same to you. Yes.
Okay. Have a good one. We'll talk soon. Thank you. Bye now.
You too, Lori. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just do some mid-program highlights here. Today I don't have a second guest lined up because I'm on the road and traveling. In fact, I'm going to be going out to see the ministries to check out one of their specialty homes or communities that deals with dementia, and so I'm very excited to be able to go out and see that. But I do want to just mention, if you haven't listened to some of our latest radio shows, I think, you'd find them very interesting. We did one with HealthStar where we talked about their Whisper program that they've adapted, and it's just a great tool not only for staff, but the staff then train the families they work with, all the various techniques that they've learned. And so it's just a great way to be able to keep people in home as long as possible. We also had a show on safety and dementia, which featured Project Lifesaver with Chief Gene Saunders, and we had Mara Botanis with us, who is the author of When Caring Takes Courage, and then Rick Phelps, Terry Urban, and Michael Ellenbogen, all living with dementia, were on that show and shared their opinions. We also had new memory screening technology called MemTrack, and they were on with Greg O'Brien, who is the author of the new book On Pluto. And Greg is a journalist. He's been a veteran journalist for years, and he's been diagnosed with dementia. Our last dementia chat, we didn't do one this last time, again, due to my travel schedule. So the last one posted was on about building dementia-friendly websites. and dementia dogs. But we will be having our next one coming up on the 28th. As far as blogs, our intern, Michelle, wrote a great post on lost technology. She generated a few comments there, so it might be something you want to look at. And then on the 9th, I posted another video on Greg O'Brien called Finding Peace on the Water, with dementia. And he's got a few of them that were done that were just really nice pieces. There's also an interview with WDYI Radio that was done kind of talking about the Phoebe Ministry Conference that we just had yesterday about building dementia-friendly communities. And it was held at DeSale University. And, oh, my goodness, what a fabulous place to have a conference. The layout was exceptional. The food was wonderful. And the staff at that college were so attentive with technology needs. They were just all over everything before you could even imagine needing something. It was they were fabulous. So I highly recommend if you're looking for an event in Pennsylvania, DeSale University just did an impeccable job. While I was there, I was able to meet another colleague and advocate of dementia, Karen Francis, who was representing Project Lifesaver, and that was really fun. It's an honor to be able to meet people from around the world at these conferences, and she just does such amazing work herself. I do want to mention a little bit about Phoebe Ministries for those of you who may not be aware of them. Phoebe Ministries is a nonprofit and a multi-facility organization specializing in healthcare, housing, and support services for seniors. They founded their organization back in 1903, so they've been around a long time, and they're affiliated with the United Church of Christ, and Phoebe Ministries offers a full continuum of care for all the diverse needs of their clients. They're located in Pennsylvania in 7 different counties, and they're serving thousands of seniors annually. Phoebe features 4 continuing care communities, 8 affordable housing facilities, and actually 2 pharmacies. And for over a century, their tradition of excellence and passion for caring has really made them a true leader in the industry. They have won many awards for their work, and I deal with a lot of event planners and organizations, and I was just so impressed with their organization, their work ethic. It was so easy to deal with, so kind, really, really something else. They also do consulting work for other care providers, and they specialize in memory support program development. They do training programs for cognitive improvement, and they have all different types of training programs like staff development or emotional support for individuals dealing with cognitive impairment and their families. They have one for activity and engagement for individuals that are cognitively impaired, and then also behavior management and reduction of psychotropic meds, which is, big buzzwords out there. Who was at the conference? It was just an honor. Again, I've heard about so many of these people for so long, but, you just don't always meet everybody. And I was able to sit next to and have a great conversation with Pennsylvania Secretary of Aging, Brian Duke, who did a fabulous keynote. He really gets this. And Pennsylvania's doing some really cool stuff for their Alzheimer's state plan. And then we had United States Senator Pat Toomey was also came out and spoke, and huge advocate for dementia, and it was wonderful to see him come out. And then one of Phoebe's staff, and she's just absolutely fabulous, is Kelly Carney, and she did a wonderful breakout session with Penn State, talking about a collaborative they did with engineering students and memory loss clients. And it was really very fun and interesting to hear what they did. Michael Splain, who is the CEO of Cognitive Solutions, was there. And if you have not heard him, get wherever he is, because he is he's so honest and so direct and has a great sense of humor, as does Brian Duke when they speak. And, he's just so easy to listen to, and he's so practical. But he cuts to the chase in terms of what he sees the needs are. And this man is connected to people all around the world, extremely knowledgeable. And then there was also John Mailer, who is the director for Northampton County for the Area Age on Aging. And all of us actually were on a panel discussion. I was lucky enough to do a keynote for them, which talked about academic versus grassroots efforts for dementia-friendly models, and was so much fun. But it was also a little frustrating from a presenter standpoint, because there's so much to tell, and you have to be able to bubble it down, into just a little over an hour. And so it was really fun, though, because people were shocked, I think, at how much information is really out there. And to be able to give them the resources and the connection, again, honor to be able to be in my position and do my job. It's just so much fun. I also did a breakout session on memory cafes, and how do you build one, and which was very fun. But they had some other great sessions. A few of them I couldn't make them all. One was on intergenerational engagement. Again, that was with Dr. Carney and Dr. Scallion from Penn State with the engineers and the dementia clients. That was absolutely lovely. I wasn't able to make it to the one on ethical issues, and I didn't get to make the one also on the community approach to finding at-risk seniors, which is the Gatekeepers program with Corey Rowland of United Way and Amy Angelo. I would have liked to have seen that, because I'm on a committee for Roseville, Minnesota, and actually the Gatekeepers is one of the things that we are contemplating looking at and possibly putting into place. They also had another session on multidisciplinary teams in terms of assessment and kind of that dual challenge. So they had some great tracks on here. What was the other one? Let's see. You are the best asset at any age. And so that was like Lessons from Lunch with Lucy, it was called. So, again, Phoebe Ministries cannot say enough good things about this organization. Absolutely doing fabulous work. There was also Eric Stoltz was there. Was it Stoltz? No, I forgot his name. It was Eric from the Alzheimer's Foundation was there and spoke about, what they're doing and his involvement, on a national political level, what was going on. And so that was really interesting too. So I just, again, so honored to be part of all the wonderful workings that was going on. With that, I'm going to go ahead and close the show because we don't seem to have any questions at this point, and I'm going to go ahead and run out and everybody over at Phoebe for my tour. So I'm excited about that. In the meantime, don't forget about the Purple Angel program. You can go to alzheimerspeaks.com, click on the About page, and then click on the Purple Angel to learn more about that. We would love for you to join the cause with that. If you're looking for an Alzheimer's Association anywhere in the world, click on at the bottom of our page, Alzheimer's Disease International, and take you right to them. There you can find who's closest to you, plus you're going to have great global information. You're going to have the latest studies as they're released. You'll find out about international conferences, really a great way to be connected. So with that, have a blessed week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.
Hey everybody, Jared Sebestier, host of Retire Repurposed. This podcast is dedicated to help people transition into fulfilling and purposeful retirements. Retirement is a big life change. In fact, the two most dangerous years of a person's life are the year they were born and the year they retire. Few people can just flip the switch from working a career 30 or 40 plus years, retiring on Friday without methodical steps to living what we call a repurposed retirement. To listen now, search Retire Repurposed on your favorite podcast platform, Senior Resource, or Life Audio.